They ain't white. Say it ain't so.
Y'all out there? All right, let's get this thing moving.
Don't care how long you go, how long you stay. Hey, good time treatment, bring it home one day. But someday, baby, you ain't gonna trouble for me anymore.
All right, folks, how are y'all doing this evening? Thank you for tuning in to Kicking It with K-Rack channel. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to my page for Southern news, Southern culture, and Southern activism, standing up against the bullshit narrative out there. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Tonight we're going to do a follow-up on my last little story I did about the potential of violent protests breaking out in the city of Memphis in the next few days. As at the moment, everything seems to be peaceful in the city of Memphis, which I'm surprised. But because they have all been talking, there's chatter on Facebook about doing Antifa bullshit in the city of Memphis, basically orchestrated by a man named Hunter Dempster, who is basically a straight communist sympathizer in the city of Memphis. But anyway, let's get on into this. I got a video here from ABC News that was put on the primetime news, I think, night before last, and it talks about the officers that were terminated. They were terminated yesterday by the Memphis Police Department. They were terminated for employment violations. They haven't been charged with any crimes or anything, but guess what? Guess what? Just like I said in my previous video about this matter, all the cops were African Americans. I don't even like saying African Americans. They're Black Americans. Black PD officers that work for the city of Memphis, which the majority of the police officers in Memphis are black. But I'm sure the left were pushing the narrative up until they found out that all the police officers were black, that it was all white supremacists, white people are hunting down black people, you know, all the same old rhetoric. But go on, let's get into this video and let's break this down real quick. So let's see here, we got, so you see this start off, they ain't even talking about the race of the officer.
The department said
now
the 5 officers violated its policies pertaining to use of force, duty to render aid, and duty to intervene. Memphis police said on January 7th,
you see Hunter Dempster right there in the brown jacket, communist son of a bitch. He's always got to show his ass up for something, stirring up trouble.
The 29-year-old died 3 days later in the hospital.
But they always put these pleasant pictures up of these people, and from other pictures I've seen, that he didn't look like he was in very good health. Now, from what I understand, he was running. He was in a high-speed pursuit from the cops on Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, and he lost control of the vehicle and he cut out running on foot. And they chased him down, and 5 officers basically whooped shit out of him, you know, for fleeing the police. So, I mean, like I said in my previous video, you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. One day, y'all going to realize that the police have all the authority to take your life at any point in time without hardly any accountability held against them just because they're police officers. They have that authority. They have that authority. So, run from the cops, you're playing Russian roulette. You fight the cops, you're playing Russian roulette. You act belligerent around the cops and show your ass around the cop, you're going to probably get your ass whooped. That's just how it works in this world. If you haven't been living in this world long enough to realize that, then I'm sorry for you. You can't fix stupid. But we're going to get into this article. I want to show y'all some something that pointed out to me when I was reading these articles on this story and everything like that. You look right here. Look at this chain here from the web browser. You look how many, it claims how many black men were killed in Memphis in the past year or two. I mean, you can just see, and that's just like 5 or 6 of them, just on top of this story about these officers killing this young man. Now, don't get me wrong, I feel sorry for the family. My heart goes out to them and everything like that. That really does. But like I said, man, you can't run from the police. And I wish the black community would understand that you cannot run and fight the police and not expect to get your ass whooped. I've had my ass whooped several times because I thought I could, get away from them or try to, be a smart ass or something like that. No, I got my ass handed to me. I sure did. I got my ass handed to me. But we're going to read another article here, and this is from the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. The headline here says, 5 Memphis officers fired after using excessive force in the arrest that led to man's death. Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, as they say in the article, died 3 days after suffering a medical emergency during a traffic stop arrest. Family alleges he was beaten by arresting officers. The Memphis Police Department announced this Friday that 5 MPD officers involved in the arrest of Tyree Nichols have been fired. The news follows a civil rights investigation by the Justice Department and FBI after Nichols died after a confrontation with police during January 7th traffic stop. Shortly after being arrested, Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, reportedly complained of shortness of breath and was sent to an area hospital after being admitted to the hospital in critical condition. Nichols died on January 10th, 3 days later. The following officers were terminated on Friday: Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin, Desmond Mills, and Justin Smith. In a statement, the department said the actions of these officers were excessive in nature. The Memphis Police Department has concluded its administrative investigation into the tragic death of Mr. Tyree Nichols. After a thorough review of the circumstances surrounding the incident, we have determined that the 5 MPD officers violated multiple department policies, including excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid. It's what occurred during traffic stop, ensuring confrontation and arrests that sparked investigations, including ones launched by the Memphis Police Department and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Nichols was first pulled over by police for reckless driving. Reckless driving, right? He was pulled over for hauling ass down Range Road. Reckless driving, and then fled from the scene following a confrontation. Fled. He got in his car and he hauled ass, all right? As police said on January 8th in a January 8th statement, with police approaching the vehicle, police pursued Nichols, leading to a second confrontation and his apprehension, during which point Nichols suffered the medical emergency. Now, what's to say that he didn't suffer these injuries in the wreck that he had running from the cops? Who's to say that? While no body cam footage of the incident nor an official cause of death, I'm going to point something out in this article is not talking about whatsoever here in a second. While no body camera footage of the incidents nor an official cause of death has been released, Nichols' relatives allege that he suffered a heart attack, kidney failure, and other injuries after he was beaten by police officers. Now, why would he have a heart attack and kidney failure in a 30-something-year-old man? It might be a hard impact from an automobile wreck, might be the cause of it. I don't know. We'll have to see when they release the body cam footage. All of whom were previously... Let me start back over here. Heart attack and kidney failure and other injuries after he was beaten by the arresting officers, all of whom were previously placed on leave pending the outcome of the investigation. Now, how do we know that he was beaten by the police officers? Only by public accusation. We don't have any evidence. We don't have any video. All these accusations have no evidence to back them up right now at this point. Let's wait till the video has been released. Like I said, how do we know he didn't suffer all these injuries in the car wreck that he had running from the police? The arresting officers, all of whom were previously placed on leave pending the outcome of this investigation, the Memphis Police Department says. After reviewing various sources of information involved in this incident, I have found that it is necessary to take immediate and appropriate action, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis said in January 15th statement. Today, the department is serving a notice to the officers involved the impending administrative actions. Ben Crump, of all people, a lawyer for the Nichols family, said in a statement, this kind of in-custody death destroys community trust and agencies are nor swiftly transparent. The most effective way for the Memphis Police Department is to be transparent with the grieving Nichols family and the Memphis community is to release the body camera and surveillance footage from the traffic stop. While Memphis police subsequently pledged to release the body cam footage to the family following the investigation, Nichols' family has demanded that the officers involved face first-degree murder charges. You shouldn't be on a dialysis machine looking like this because of a traffic stop, Nichols' stepfather, Rooney Williams, told Memphis news affiliate WMC during one of the community protests in the aftermath of Nichols' death. All right, Mr. Nichols is right. Mr. Wells, let me ask you something. You don't get put on a dialysis machine looking like this after you comply and stop and not run from the police. I hate to tell you, and I hate to break the news to you. On Thursday, the U.S. Justice Department announced a federal investigation into the circumstances leading up to Nichols' death. The United States Attorney's Office, in coordination with the FBI Memphis Field Office and Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice, has opened a civil rights investigation. U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, Kevin Ritz. As this is an open investigation, we are not able to provide any comments or release further information at this time, Mr. Ritz said in a statement. So there you go, have it. There you go. Now I want y'all to reiterate this story, and I'll put the link to this story in the description. Now, what's one key thing that they're missing in this story here? They give the police officer's name, just like they give Mr. Tyree Nichols' name. But one thing that they gave Tyree Nichols that they don't give these police officers' name is what race these people were. Yeah, they give their names, but they don't mention that all 5 of these officers were black. Nope, they do not. In this liberal-ass rag called Rolling Stone. So, it's a bunch of bullshit, bunch of garbage, trying to twist the narrative and make something out way worse than it really the fuck is, and there you go. There you go. All right, now I want to talk about a little something just like I showed just a second ago here. I'll show it again. Look at all these lists of names here of murders in Memphis in the past year or two. And this is just after looking up the article for this man's being killed by the police here recently. I mean, there's several articles there that talks about violence and killings in Memphis. 6 people shot here, but they don't ever talk about the black on black violence in the city of Memphis. It only matters to Black Lives Matter and the communists and the Democrats if it has a political agenda that they can push behind it, like abolishing the police. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They can't go with the narrative of, it's white supremacists all hunting us down in the middle of the street. With this one, nope, can't get away with it. Nope, because they're all black. So now they're going to just push the whole narrative that thematic racism embedded in the whole system, and they want to get rid of the whole system now. So that's what you get when you deal with a bunch of communists. So anyway, I'll leave the links to all these stories in my description here, and y'all check them out for yourself. Read them if you like. But don't forget, hit that like button or notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I drop a video. And hit the like and then subscribe on down to the Kickin' at K-Rack page. I'd greatly appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good evening, and God bless Dixie.